So you've been thinking about introducing a new revenue stream to your business. You'd love to start selling products, but you've no idea where to begin with something like that. I mean, that process has got to be really overwhelming, right?
No clue what I'm doing.
I thought so too, until I was introduced to today's sponsor, Printify. Printify simplifies and automates the process of sourcing and creating print-on-demand products, and they do it at the best prices on the market. Now that means you get to focus on creating beautiful designs, and they pretty much take care of the rest. Everything from creating the product to fulfilling the order.
Oh my god!
And the best part of all this is they have a direct integration with Squarespace. That means you could literally start your own branded product line and sell it on your website today if you wanted, without the logistical stress or any of the upfront costs you might expect. In fact, the only caveat is that you need to have a Squarespace business plan or higher in order to have a store on your website. So let me go ahead and show you how this all works. Now our first step is to come to Printify.com and sign up for a new account. So you can do that by going to Printify.com, scrolling down, and where it says new to Printify, click sign up. And now you can either continue with Google or select an email and a password. For quickness, I'm just going to continue with Google. You will then see this welcome to Printify message, and you can just select let's go. You will then be asked a number of questions to help personalize your onboarding experience. So just go ahead and fill those in. And then once you're done, hit next. Once you've done that, you'll be given 3 options to either order a sample to see what the material's like. You can connect your store to Printify, or you can design a custom product. And we're going to start by designing a product. You'll see here you can also browse the different products you can create here in the Printify catalog. So for now, we're going to hit start designing. And that's going to also bring up the product catalog. So you can go through here and you can see the kind of products you might want to sell. Now I'm going to select a t-shirt. I wear a top in every YouTube video, so why not customize it and create a branded one? So I'll go to women's clothing, and I always wear long sleeves. And I'm going to just select this one here, this long sleeve crew neck tee. Now that's going to take me into the individual product page where I can view more information. So I can see location, price, shipping, production time, where I can add my design to, the different sizes and colors available. You can also see key features, care instructions, and a sizing guide to help figure out what size to get. So I'm going to go ahead and come up here and select this big green button that says start designing. We can now add our design to our product, and because I've selected a long sleeve crew neck tee, I can add a design to the front, or I can navigate and add a design to the back. I'm just going to add one to the front for the purposes of this tutorial. And what's great about this is once you have selected a product, if you look to the right here, you'll see it will give you the exact print file requirements. So it's going to tell you the exact size you need to make your design in order for it to fit nicely and appear clearly on your finished product. Now there are a lot of ways that you can create a design. We're going to use Canva. So you just come into your account, select this create a design button, and then you would just paste in the width and the height. In this case, it's 3,600 by 4,110. And that's going to give you a blank document you can start designing. Now to speed up this process, I've already created 5 different designs to play with that we can use as a t-shirt. And I went to Twitter and did a poll for an hour and asked everybody else which design we should go for. So design your day is one. That is this one down here. So this is the design we're going to use. But if you're starting from scratch, you can come down here, add a new page. This will appear white. If not, you can come up here and change the color. You can use a template here. So we can select this one. I can just double click in and change the font here. So let me do by design. I can change the font up here, the different styles. I can click on any element and delete it if I wanted to by selecting the bin. I could change the color here to something else. Maybe I make it purple. I can also go to elements and search for elements that I might want to use. I can use different text. I can search for photos here, and I can also upload my own logo. As long as it's fitting in this canvas is going to be fine. So let me delete that for now. Once you're happy with your design, so mine is this one, we need to download it and then upload it to Printify. Now this has this off black background. I want to get rid of this. I want to download it on a transparent background so that it works with any color of a crew neck t-shirt that is selected. So to do that, I'm going to click on the background, hit the bin icon, and this looks a little bit off, the shadow, but it will look fine on the design itself. I'm going to drag this and just reposition it slightly so it's in the middle, and then I'm going to go on share in the top right hand corner. I'm going to select download, and it's really important here that I select transparent background. You will need a pro account to use this feature, but because we again have different colors of t-shirts, I want to make sure that it is transparent and it works on all of them. So select transparent background, click the drop down here. I'll make sure only 4 is selected, hit done, and I'm just going to hit download. Now once that's downloaded, I'm going to go back to Printify. I'm going to add my design from my device, design here, and open. Now once that's uploaded, I can actually click around and drag it and reposition it until I'm happy with the design. And once I am, I can come up to the top, and here where it says colors, I can click this little toggle drop down and I can choose the colors that I want to make available. So maybe I don't want white, but I want gray here, and maybe paprika, maybe black. So I think I'm just going to do black and army green. I like both of those. So I'm going to drag this out a little bit more until I'm happy with it. And then once I'm done, I can hit save product. Now you'll see I have my first product in here, but it's unpublished and I haven't set up my store. So that's the next step we want to go ahead and do. So if we come into the top right hand corner, and you'll see this little profile icon. If we click on this, you'll see all of our different options. So we're going to start by going to my stores, and you'll see this is now my store. You see I've got one product that's unpublished here, and I'm going to start by clicking this gear icon. That's going to bring up my settings, and I can give my store a name. Once I've done that, I'm going to hit ship from address here, and you'll see here you can choose by either Printify's default addresses, or you can add a custom address in here if you wish. So I'm just going to keep it as a default. You would hit save and then go to preferences, and here you can choose how you want to do order routine. So if an item is unavailable, is out of stock, discontinued, cannot be fulfilled by Printify, what do you want to happen? You can either select do not route orders, which means it will just be placed on hold and you can manually go in and change it or just delete this product, or you can choose to replace orders automatically, which means they will try and find another provider who can fulfill that order. And you have some additional settings here, so you can say, okay, well, if I'm using another provider, I don't want this to incur more than X amount additional charge because it might be a different price, and I only want to use exact product matches. So here you have some options. You can also go in and change how you want orders to be approved. Do you want to manually do it? Do you want it to be done automatically? This is likely to depend on your demand and how you are using Printify, but you would put that in. And then you can also choose what you see in your orders page. So do you want to show all orders or only those fulfilled by Printify? And then if you want notifications, you would put that in here. And then you can also choose if you want to automatically send delayed orders through to production, or if you want to do that manually. Email preferences. So once you're happy with all of that and you've gone through it, you just hit save. Now that's your store items saved. You can come back out. And the next step is to go through and add the rest of our information that we need in order to complete this store. So this is a case of going through all of these different settings. If we start with my account, you would put in the name of your business, your contact information, your address here. Then you would go into your files. Your files is where you store all your designs. So I've got your design, your days, but I can come in here and I can upload a graphic directly to here, which means when I'm creating graphics, like if I'm creating a bunch of different products, maybe I have an iPhone cover, a mug, a t-shirt, all with this design, I can just have it stored in here. But remember, it will vary depending on the size of the design itself. You can then come into payments and you can connect to either a card or PayPal. And if you want to invest in Printify Premium, we'll look at that in a second, you can subscribe here or you can add a coupon code. Here you will see your various transactions, invoices, and withdrawals. Under taxes, this is going to vary depending on your location. So I'm based in the UK here, so I can add my VAT ID number here. It will vary depending on if you're in Canada or if you're in the USA. That might be a little bit different. So you might have to submit a certificate. Again, my stores is where your stores are here. We're going to come back to that to connect in a second. And then under settings, this is just your standards and formats, your login details, and if you want to delete personal information. Connections is if you have any API tokens. So again, to locate this, you just click the profile icon at the top and you're just going to go through all these different settings and make sure you're happy with everything. Once you are, we can then go ahead and connect your store to Squarespace. So come back into my stores and then here you can select this green button that says connect. Under here, you would just select Squarespace. Now this is automatically going to log you into Squarespace and ask you to select the site you want to connect. You might only have one, which will make this nice and easy. Once you've selected your site, you can just confirm that you would like to install Printify on your website by selecting Allow. And then it's going to ask you whether you want to connect to an existing store on your website. So I have one here, or you can create a new store. I'm going to go ahead and select a store I already have. And that's us all connected. It really is that simple. Now I'm going to close this. Now, one of the final steps is to actually publish our products so that they can be viewed and purchased on Squarespace. So I'm going to click into my crew neck tee here. And what I could do is I could just go through and make sure I'm happy with everything. So I can check the designs, make sure I'm happy with the colors. If I'm not, I can select edit design here. It makes it really easy. I could change out this product description that is automatically added by Printify. Very helpful indeed. I can add a size table if I want to my description. And then I can also come down to the variants and I can either select all and edit the price, the profit, or the profit margin. You see these here. Or I can choose one specific variant and I can customize that as well. If we scroll down, if you ever want to hide it in your store, you can select this button here. And you can select which store within your Squarespace site, because some people have multiple stores on their Squarespace website, that you want this to appear in. So I only have one store, so I've selected that here. And once I'm comfortable, I just hit publish. You'll see here the status is now publishing on Squarespace. Wait for the status to change to published. It only takes a few seconds typically. And then we can go into our website now. And if I select store and I scroll down, you'll see that it automatically appears in my store. I can click on this. You'll see it's copied all of the relevant information here, and I can customize this page as I would with any product page by selecting edit product. You'll see here you can add additional information. Everything works just the same. Once you're done, hit save. And you now have your product on your Squarespace website. So let's talk about how this works on the back end. For somebody who is just coming to your site and wants to purchase this, they can land on the page, they can select their different variants, add to cart. And you see here for the customer, it works exactly as it would any other product in your store. They would put in their email, shipping, payment information, review and purchase. But what happens is back in Printify, we'll see this appear in orders and it will be automatically fulfilled by Printify based on those settings that you put in. So as you see, really easy to use. But now let's talk about costs of setting this all up. Well, with Squarespace itself, you will need the business plan or higher in order to have a store. And this pricing will vary depending on location. So for you, this might appear as US dollars. Again, you will need the business plan or higher to use it. Now, in terms of Printify, you can actually get started for free. You can have up to 5 stores per account. The chances are you probably only need one, and you can have unlimited product designs. So you can really build out an entire merch store on your website. The only time you would really need a premium account is if you were selling at a volume level that the 20% discount makes it worth it, or if you had a need for custom order import here. As you see, this process couldn't be simpler. This is such a great way to introduce a new revenue stream and create a sense of community around your shared vision and values. I mean, it brings a whole new meaning to wearing your values on your sleeve. So thank you again to Printify for sponsoring this video and making it possible. I highly recommend you check them out. If you do, make sure to come back and leave a link to your merch in the comment section. I'm definitely going to want to check that out. And as always, if you have any questions at all, leave them in the comment section. I'm here to help in any way that I can.